My name is Linda Lawrence, and most of you know me from the club. I have been president for this past year, and I have been on our board for 6 years. We're trying something new this year. We're going to hopefully bring our candidates to you via these videos and give you an opportunity to see them firsthand, because Meet the Candidates doesn't usually work. Please enjoy the videos and take the 5 or 10 minutes to watch each one so that you have some feeling about the candidates' qualifications. We need you to come, we need you to vote, and we need your participation in this club. There have been a number of topics that our candidates are bringing to the board: mentoring, finding partners, cruises. All of them are interesting, and there are opportunities for us to grow and continue to make our club a fun place to be in the future. Please do vote. Again, my name is Linda Lawrence, and enjoy the videos.
Hi, my name is Susan Denon Hulse. I have been asked to run for the board at the Laguna Woods Bridge Club, which I consider to be a great honor and a position that I would like to fill, and I think I would do a very good job in filling. My background is as a corporate executive and as a lawyer. I had the luxury of retiring at quite an early age, and so 12 years ago I started playing duplicate bridge in earnest. Prior to that, I had played a little in college, but hadn't come near the game for over 30 years. So in the last 12 years, bridge has become a very major part of my life, both as a player and in other respects. In terms of playing, I advanced very rapidly. I was a life master in less than 3 years. I now have about 4,500 points. But I've also been very active in volunteering and in trying to give back to the game. I lived in New York up until 2 years ago at my bridge club there on a purely volunteer basis. I ran a weekly duplicate game. I also ran an annual Pro-Am. I gave lessons here and there. I am a certified teacher, by the way. And in addition to all that, I served on my unit board for 5 years on Long Island. And one of the big projects that I was involved with there was rewriting our bylaws to kind of bring them into the modern era in terms of primarily dealing with conduct and ethics issues and the kinds of issues that were never previously addressed, things having to do with like hacking into ACBL websites and that sort of thing. But presumably none of that has ever happened and will ever happen around here. One of the most rewarding things I did was the weekly duplicate game. That was a game where people with just a little bit of bridge experience, and it varied. I mean, some of them had been working at the game for years but had never advanced too far. It was sort of a mix. But they would come, we would have maybe 4, 5, or 6 tables, and it would be structured as a real game, and yet there would be more time for each board. There would be a short lesson in advance. I would try to structure the hands that they would play so as to reflect the subject matter of the lesson that we had. And over the course of the game, people could ask for help with bidding or with play of the hand, etc. So that was a fairly time-consuming endeavor, but I found it very rewarding. People seemed to like it, and it brought me a great deal of satisfaction. So fast forwarding to the present, as I said, I've been here in Laguna Woods full-time now for a couple of years. I was seasonal before that. I love this club here. I find it to be a very friendly, warm, welcoming club which, to be perfectly honest, was somewhat different from the environment I came from back in New York. And I want to see it continue that way. I want to see it continue to grow and prosper, to always be a nice club, but also to do more in terms of maintaining and building membership. Of course, that's difficult in this day and age, but I think there are really things that can be done. We've done a lot already in terms of offering lessons. I've been working with Margaret Bennett in her classes. I know she and Mike Murray and many others have done an excellent job in bringing newcomers along. But I think perhaps the missing link here might be mentorship. Having more opportunities to bring growing players along by pairing them with experienced players. And I know we have had an annual Pro-Am game here these last few years, which is wonderful, but that takes a lot of organization. Maybe it could happen twice a year. It probably would not expand beyond that. I think we need a more informal method of fostering mentorship, and I have some ideas along those lines. One of which would involve just having one person, such as myself, as a coordinator for lower ranking people who want to be paired and experienced players who might be willing to jawbone here and there, and to try to get them together on an informal basis on Thursday evenings, which is the one game that we have that where the field is not stratified and where you wouldn't be forcing newer players to play in an open game with almost entirely very high-level players. So that's one of the thoughts that I have. But in any event, I am not wedded to any particular agenda or dogma. I am open-minded, and I am ready, willing, and eager to serve the bridge community here at Laguna Woods. Again, my name is Susan Denon. I think I would make a good board member, and I sincerely hope that you will vote for me for that position. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Bill Reeves, and I'm running for the Board of Directors at the Laguna Woods Bridge Club. I started playing here when my wife and I moved into the village 9.5 years ago. I started playing at the lowest level in the beginner group, and then migrated to the intermediate section, and now I'm playing in the open. Over the course of that time, I became a life master, which was a significant goal for me, and I'm happy to have achieved it. I'm currently the editor of the Bridge Blast, which is published once a week and details upcoming events at the Bridge Club. I have watched the governance of the Bridge Club, and am very pleased with what they're doing now, the educational efforts, the improvements in the facilities, and I hope that we can continue that as we move forward. I would like your vote, and thank you very much. I think I'm familiar enough now with the operation of the club that I can be an asset. I have some skills with computer, and in my background, I worked at Cal State Fullerton for almost 30 years, and at another college as well. So I'm very familiar with committees and delegation of responsibilities and things of that sort. Well, I think we're in the right direction. We have a good manager, and we have good directors who are organizing our game every day. I would like to see more emphasis on new people coming in. I know it's a very difficult task. It's not like the days of yore when everybody played bridge. So we have to sell bridge as a good recreational opportunity for people and a nice social event. I think we're doing the right thing with the educational programs that we have. We're trying to get people who are new to Bridge to come in. I think we could probably advertise a little bit more with other clubs in our district and in the area, but we have limits about how many guests we can have at the club. I would appreciate your vote. I think I can make a contribution to the club, but I think that the club is in good hands.
Hello, my name is Cookie Kupperman, and I am running for the board of the Laguna Woods Village Bridge Club. I'll give you a little background of my bridge playing experience. I played bridge 50 years ago in college. I played a lot of bridge, a few nights a week, and about twice a month I went to bridge tournaments with my friends, partner. And all this came to an end when I met and married my husband. And it was either continue my bridge playing at that pace or give up my marriage and family life. So you know which one I chose. Bridge. I became a life master in my 20s because of all this bridge playing and activity, and I did get good. So we come to Laguna Woods Village after retirement, and lo and behold, one of the biggest bridge clubs in the country. I was very fortunate, and I started playing bridge again. However, it was very difficult to find a partner. I could play with this one the first Friday of every month, this one the second Wednesday of every month, this one the third Thursday, etc. And after a few months, I was lucky enough to meet a steady partner. I now play 2 to 3 times a week with my partner. What I'd like to see is a way for people that do not drive to be able to go to local bridge tournaments via hire a bus. I know this will be expensive, but we could perhaps charge some fee and have the bridge club chip in for other costs. Another thing, I think I have experience as a head nurse. I have experience organizing people, having people, delegate people to do certain jobs, and I think I'd be good for the bridge club at that. Another thing I'd like to see is we continue the bridge club cruises. I know we've had it in the past, not recently, and I would like to have a big part in organizing a bridge cruise. Another thing was a better way to find bridge partners for people just moving into the community. I think we need a more organized system. I think that would help people become accustomed to playing more often at the club. Another thing is to return the boot camp idea once or twice a year, maybe twice, have one for the newcomers and one for the advanced players. I think that would be a good idea. So once again, my name is Cookie Kupperman. I'd like you to vote for me, but the most important thing is vote.
Hello there. My name is Robert Mycone, and I'm running for a board seat on the ACBL Laguna Woods Bridge Club. I have a lot of experience at bridge. I've been playing since college in the late 60s. I became a life master in 1989, and since then have acquired over 6,000 master points. My knowledge of bridge is deep and abiding, including the rules and regulations about behavior and comportment and things of that order. I believe that what keeps people from enjoying bridge is some of the rudeness and some of the comments that are made to newer players. I've spent most of my career in bridge fighting this trend. In fact, I consider myself personally responsible for reforming a lot of the behavior of a number of bridge players right here in Orange County through discussions, through outright discussions with them, and certainly for reprisals once in a while. My passion in life, now that I'm semi-retired as an investment advisor, is to help bridge players enjoy the game as much as I have in my career. After retiring in January 2019, I now have a lot of time on my hands, and I plan to spend a lot of that time helping to support the activities of the Bridge Club, to expand the membership, and number one, to expand the enjoyment that each bridge player has on a daily basis. I was president of the Unit 525 board, which is a local board here in central Orange County, including Mission Viejo, parts of Irvine, and out Dakota to Casa. While Laguna Woods Bridge Club is one of the largest bridge clubs in America, the unit has a territory that is much wider than that. But almost all those people play on a daily or weekly basis at our wonderful bridge club right here in Laguna Woods. I would hope to be able to, from the board, be able to reach out and recruit more players into playing, which of course increases the revenue, increases the enjoyment for people, and help to put this club back on a growth spurt, which will allow the 20,000 residents of Laguna Woods to in fact enjoy one more activity. Now, why is that important? Well, bridge is slowly dying off as people get older. But now, for the first time at age 60, most people have time in their hands after their career is over. And now they can find a game which is the game of a lifetime, sometimes called the game of kings, which is a daily challenge, which will keep you young, which will keep your brain active. And I have a bumper sticker that says, "Bridge, the cure for boredom and loneliness," which I will be glad to supply to anybody who votes for me or really wants one. So that, once again, my name is Robert Mycone. I have an electrical engineering degree and an MBA. I spent 20 years in the corporate world with a couple small companies like Hewlett-Packard and General Electric before becoming an independent consultant back in 1990. I spent the last 30 years building an independent firm here in Orange County, which involves actually reaching out to people who don't know how to invest and teaching them how to invest. We've been actively involved in talk radio and various causes to help expand investing for retirement as opposed to selling individual products. So anyway, that's my name. It's Robert Mycone. I ask for your vote. I will apply my best efforts to it. I will prove my passion to help expand the game and to enhance the enjoyment of every player in the Bridge Club on a daily basis. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Judy Miller. I'm running for the Laguna Woods Bridge Board, and I think I would be a very good board member. Some things about me: I operated and owned a shop in Sherman Oaks, California for about 5 or 6 years. I sold early Americana, oak, and we had plants, mainly 1900s. I did all the buying. I had 3 employees, and we were open 7 days a week. Then I switched to real estate. I was a realtor for about 8 years. After that, I became a claims manager for a local carpet store, and we had 10 stores. I did everything there, from writing all the letters. I even went to small claims court occasionally. I think for the board, I think we need more events for the membership. I think more mentoring would be a good idea. And I think better refreshments would be good. And I think the board needs some new blood, and that would be me, Judy Miller. Please vote for me.